Hello and welcome to another update video on XRP. The XRP chart is currently still, you could say grinding higher. We're still tracking higher prices here after the upside breakout from our corrective price channel. So that's currently all in line with forecast, all in line with expectations. There's currently no change here required on the XRP chart on the daily time frame. Talked to you yesterday about the resistance levels that we have here on the chart. So let us zoom in a little bit. And you can see that the price broke earlier this week. I think it was just yesterday. Broke here above this $2.66 level, which was simply the next swing high. That's a good start. But we haven't really broken to new all-time highs yet, okay? That is the area around $3.30 to $3.40, which could provide resistance then along the way. But for now, the overall idea is that we could grind higher. The idea was anyway that on the weekend we could get a little bit of a pullback, okay? So there is no change about that. And the idea is that we are in, potentially the third wave. At least that is what I'm tracking. That potential is there, okay? And please note that the next resistances are located around $3.03, $3.17, and then, then the $3.30 to $3.40 area. The price is not taking the direct route to 340. It seems, or maybe it does, but it's just a bit of a pullback there at the moment, which, as I said, is not really surprising for a Saturday. Now, as long as certain levels are holding, the focus can be on higher prices, and I will share with you on the smaller time frame what these levels are, okay? The idea is that, indeed, we could be in this direct move to the upside in a 5-wave pattern, And $5 is kind of my first milestone target when we talk about all-time highs. That $5 level is the 100% extension of a previous move and therefore an important resistance level. I would not be surprised, however, if we see some further upside extension. Someone commented that yesterday in one of the videos, just below the video, and highlighted, look, this move up was extended in a third wave. So he wouldn't be surprised if we get extensions in the 5th wave. And that's true. I mean, I mentioned before, like, I wouldn't necessarily rule out a rally to $9.80. That's like the next main level up there. So we just be flexible, but let's first see if the bulls can actually take the price to new all-time highs. Now, let us take a look at the shorter time frame as well. What we're tracking here is the two scenarios. So it's, in my opinion, quite clear that we had a 5-wave move up. Hold on, you see it. A 5-wave move up from the April low. So that's why I said to you before that, we have some of the best altcoin setups at the moment, Then we had the pullback, and those are typically the setups. That's why we have the boxes on the chart. So 5 waves up, 3 waves down. So this here, though, is only a 3-wave move up. So I'm tracking two scenarios. I'm tracking the scenario where this was a 5-wave move. That's a given anyway in both scenarios. But then it's possible that the decline was only the A wave. This here is a B wave, and we come down in wave C before going higher. Okay, so that's why this support area is still on the chart, in case you were wondering. So it's still relevant. Or we've already bottomed in wave 2. That's kind of what I'm leaning to at the moment. But the rally doesn't look particularly impulsive. Now, you might laugh, but it really doesn't, because the subwaves are all looking 3-wave-like. So I'm tracking a diagonal structure, okay? Which means I don't trust it until I really get those 5 waves complete. And for a proper 5-wave move, in my interpretation, I would need at least one more high, another higher low, and another higher high. So we'll see if we get that. For now, I'm tracking this as micro support. I would call it a weak support area because we're dealing only with a diagonal structure. And it's between $2.46 and $2.76. That's like the nearest support area, measured based on the last 3rd wave rally there. And it's not a strong support area, because in a diagonal pattern, the true invalidation point is the low of the wave 2. That's actually down here. and that's at $2.20. And that provided that this micro count is correct. I mean, we're dealing with a diagonal structure. I try to give you my best view of the nano structures, but in a diagonal, that is not necessarily easy. I could even make a case for the wave 2 to be here, and that would slightly shift support. But I think there are some levels to watch there. I'm tracking the blue count as primary right now. And if we break below Fibonacci support, the $2.30 level would be next likely. That's the just a level to be tested, because that's the previous breakout point. So only below that level, I would really assume that we are in the yellow scenario. But that would give another opportunity from this $1.79 to $1.95 area. Yeah, that's the update on XRP. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.